Hi YouTube, I'm back at the Port of Airlie today to do my YouTube video. So what I'm going to show you now is just the Port of Airlie. So this is the bus terminal, there's some seats here. And as we come around this corner, this is where all the buses turn up. Also tour groups come from here as well. Buses come from Townsville, Cairns and lots of other major cities around Australia. When you get a bus tour or a bus trip to Airlie Beach, you come off here at whatever time there's designated on your bus tour and you arrive at Port of Airlie. As I said, the closest backpackers would be Backpackers by the Bay, which is just a really short walk across that major road there on the opposite side. Other backpackers in the area are more towards into town, so let me show you where that is. But before we head off, I will show you that here at the Port of Airlie, there is the ferry terminal as well, and in the bus terminal there is also toilets which can be used. There is no luggage storage here, which I think is a terrible decision because I know myself when I've been backpacking that luggage storage is a huge must. But I'll just show you the other side. So this is Port of Airlie. This is where you have your ferry terminals that take you to Daydream and to Hamilton Island. If you're staying on Daydream or Hamilton Island, you simply go in there, there's a front desk, you buy your ticket and the boat times are at different times of the day. Continuing on our little tour, so as we leave the bus terminal, so the bus terminal is behind us, you come out to the car park. The car park has a sign that tells you 2-minute walk is restaurants, bars, shopping and Wi-Fi, which is always important. The marina and Airlie Beach. Now the first walking that you will do is to the small set of shops that is just here in the marina. There is a cafe, a massage store and a few other little stores around here. There's no hostel in this first section. If you're going to find your closest hostel, as I said, it would be a Backpackers by the Bay. However, your next closest would be the Hostel of Airlie Beach, but I'll show you where that is shortly. Just showing you where you walk to. So behind me is Port of Airlie, and then just in front of me is where you would be walking to. So we've just walked into the marina. The marina is behind me, and this is those shops that are a 2-minute walk away. You walk along the marina and it's quite a nice view. You get to see all the beautiful boats out there. It's also a really good chance to have a look at the water. It's quite green and blue. And it's just this short walk that will take you down to the main street of Airlie. As I said, it is probably about a 5-minute walk. That sign does lie. The 2 minutes is only to these local cafes and restaurants. But let's do this little walk together. So Port of Airlie is back there. We're going to keep walking along the pathway. This pathway will lead you to the Airlie Beach Hotel. When you get to Airlie Beach Hotel, you actually want to take a left because the other hostel I was talking about is the Hostel Airlie Beach, and that's going to hang a little bit of a left. In front of me is the Airlie Beach Hotel, and we're going to hang a left to go towards the hostel. Airlie Beach Hotel is amazing. It is one of the pricier places to stay though, and we are on a budget here. We are backpacking on a budget, so we will walk past that. It is a great place to come and see live music though, so shout out to Airlie Beach Hotel. Okay, so now we're just walking up to the hostel, so I'll show you where it is. This is the hostel with the palm tree. This is the Hostel Airlie Beach, and that would be your next closest backpackers that you could walk to from the Port of Airlie after getting off the bus. So this is what it looks like. Reception is just through there, so you basically just walk in. You can book online or in person. They normally have a sign at the front if they have no vacancy. I don't actually see the sign, but they normally do, so they must have a vacancy. So we're going to walk through to the next one, which would be Magnums Backpackers, would be the next backpackers along our tour. So I'm at the front of Magnums right now. So behind me is the check-in where you check in for your backpackers. They are open pretty late for check-in, and they have a bar and a restaurant at the front of it as well. Magnums has some great competitive rates and you can stay there for as long as you need. This is the entrance for Magnums and their bar. They also have a nightclub up the top, and they have DJs coming quite often. So this is Nomads. So we walked up the top of the street and I am at the Nomads actual accommodation now. So it's really simple. You go in there, you can book with them. They're really helpful there. They can help you organise for what type of room you're looking for, and their accommodation actually goes for quite a while. I've never actually been into the Magnums accommodation, so I'm not sure how far back that goes, but I have been into Nomads before, and Nomads is a very big backpackers location. At the front of Nomads there is Bodie's, which is a bar that has fun things on Friday night like silent discos. I'm just going to show you the map of Nomads so you can see how big it is. So this is the Nomads base, and that shows you where all the rooms are. So it definitely goes for a long time. So if you're looking for somewhere that's got compatibility to stock a lot of backpackers, Nomads is the place. And on the final trip now we're going to go up to Bounce, which is at the very top of Airlie Beach. Now the last stop on our Airlie Beach backpackers tour is Bounce. By far not the least, it is the furthest away, but there is one really good positive. You get to see the Airlie Beach sign. So that is at the top of the hill, so you walk around there and you can keep going. Hope you haven't packed all the things, because walking to Bounce is not for the faint-hearted. I'm sure you could get a taxi, but honestly, who wouldn't want to walk through Airlie Beach to see it all before you got to your accommodation? So let's get walking to Bounce. So we have arrived at Bounce, our last stop on the Airlie Beach backpackers tour. Bounce is at the very top of Airlie Beach. It is a bit of a walk from the Port of Airlie where you get off the bus, but it is somewhere really cool to stay. And I'll just do a show where you go in. So you just go in this entrance, follow it around to their front reception. Bounce is also on top of a gym, so if you want to go to the gym, you just got to go downstairs. They have casual passes. It's called Airlie Beach Fitness.